Cedar Brook fam, it is Perry. Welcome to Beyond the Brook. I am going to be taking you along on a little biking, hiking, camping adventure I'm going to go on in a few days. So in 2 days, my dad and I are heading down to the Smoky Mountains in Tennessee. It is a beautiful national park full of tons of wildlife and just great opportunities to spend in nature. And we're going down there because there are these little bugs you may know as lightning bugs, and they kind of flash their lights when it's dark out in the woods. And there's this time in the Smoky Mountains where they are synchronous, which means that they all flash together. So it's this really, really cool light show in the woods. And even though we're kind of stuck at home, we're gonna be spending some time in the woods because it'll just be us and it's great to get out in that fresh air. So I encourage you to go out and spend some time in nature too. So right now I'm just gonna take you through what I'm packing, why I'm packing it, and just kind of show you what I'm doing to prep for this trip. Alright, so the thing about this trip is that we are actually going to be driving to Tennessee, which is a 12-hour drive from where we live in New York. And then the first night we're going to be staying in a hotel and kind of get accustomed to the area, see how we can access these fireflies. Then the next night, or 2 or 3 nights, we are going to be backwoods camping. So that means there's no running water, really nothing back there but you and a campsite. So I'll show you some of the things that I'm bringing just for those few nights. The first thing I have is water. Alright, there is no running water back there. So I have this lovely Camp Nalgene, my favorite one with all my fun stickers on it, right? Alright. So I'll probably actually need to bring another 1 or 2 of these just so I have enough water, because we might only be out there 1 night, but we might be out there 3 nights, which would mean I would need a lot of water to stay hydrated. So, key 1 right there. Second is this lovely little package. It's a little pillow, so you can actually inflate it or stuff it with something, and then it acts as a pillow so that way you're not carrying a massive clunky pillow as you're biking or hiking back to your campsite. Next is an air mattress. So this thing will maybe inflate up to be about that tall, and it's just something to put under your sleeping bag so that way you're a little more comfy when you're trying to go to sleep at night. Next is a hairbrush. Alright, my dad is bald, real talk, so I got hair. He does not. So this is one thing I need. We're not gonna be showering while we're back there, so I'm at least gonna need something to keep my hair under control. Next I have is socks. So these are wool socks. They're Bombas. They're fantastic. I love them. I swear by them. I wear them every single day at camp. They are amazing. They are perfect for if your feet are cold. If they're hot, they're pretty good. You don't sweat that much in them. And if you get your feet wet, they kind of dry really fast, which is really, really nice. Next is headbands, including this one I'm wearing, and I have another one just to keep my hair back, and these can get really, really sweaty and really, really gross. So just to have more on hand, which is really, really helpful. Then I have some band-aids just in case I get some blisters or a cut or I fall off a bike or something and I just need something to kind of clean out an area. Then I have my hiking shoes. I've not worn these in a really, really long time, so it'll be fun, but they're waterproof. I'm really not sure how much we're hiking, but it's gonna be a lot. And so these will be really, really good, but I need to start wearing them a little bit more so that way I break them in. Then I have everyone's camp favorite, my Crocs. Because you don't want to be wearing sneakers all the time, right? Like, you want your feet to breathe and have some air. So I have these, obviously. I will find a place to pack these. Then I have some hair ties, scrunchies, pretty basic, gotta keep the hair back. Some earplugs, my dad snores, and sometimes I don't like to hear nature sounds at night when I'm going to sleep. It can stress me out a little bit, especially if I know I'm really, really tired but I'm having a hard time sleeping. So earplugs are key. I wear them almost every single night, in complete honesty. Then I have this little towel. It's like a microfiber towel. So in case I need to wash my face or you do get a cut and you need to wash it out, this is really great because you just get it a little bit wet and then it'll dry super, super fast. Next is my sleeping bag, which is nice and compact here. So I'll attach this onto my big hiking backpack and it'll be great to carry along. Lastly is maybe the most obscure thing that you might get a little bit of laugh out of, but we're gonna be in the backwoods for almost 3 days, which means no running water, no showers, no toilets, no bathrooms. So any of you at camp that have gone on a sleep out, know that sometimes you gotta brave it out there and you just gotta go for it. And my Pathfinders that know me know that on Tweet we have a competition to see who will go the most in the woods, because we want to keep you hydrated, we want to keep you going. But there's this thing called an iPood, alright? So it's kind of like a shovel, and you know, it's a shovel. And so if you gotta go, you dig a little hole, and then you cover it back up. And it's really, really simple. And then I got some toilet paper to carry along, because you know, you don't want to use a leaf all the time. So that is basically what I'm packing. And then I just have some clothes, some longer shorts, so that way my legs can stay comfortable, and some sweatshirts, because it is supposed to get down into the 50s there at night. And the fireflies flash around midnight, so we're gonna be out pretty late, and it's gonna get kind of cold. I forgot to mention 3 other things. So the first one is food. Since we'll be in the backcountry, we have to bring all of our own food for those few days. So I'll probably be bringing a lot of granola bars, beef jerky, food that just doesn't weigh a lot, but will keep me full for a long time. Then another thing we're bringing is obviously a tent. I could hammock out there, but since it's gonna be kind of cold, hammocks can be cold when you're sleeping in them. So I'm gonna share a tent with my dad, and he'll be carrying that because it's a little bigger and he's a little stronger than me. And then the last thing is bear spray. So the Smoky Mountains are known for having one of the densest populations of black bears, like, in the world. It's crazy, they're everywhere. But black bears, thankfully, are not as aggressive as like grizzly bears or polar bears, so usually there's no problem with them, but there's always a chance, since they're a wild animal, something could happen. We could sneak up on one without knowing, or just come across one, and just in case we need extra protection, we'll be carrying some bear spray, just in case. But once I'm down in Tennessee, I will walk you through what we do to protect ourselves from bears and wildlife in general, and hopefully I can see some bears and show you guys. So that is really it. We are praying for a safe trip. We leave in 2 days on Sunday, so I will see you then when we leave, really early in the morning. Good morning, everyone. It is currently 5 a.m. We left our house at about 3 this morning to start our 12-hour drive down to Tennessee. So we're 2 hours in, 10 to go. And tonight our plan is to kind of scout out the area for the fireflies.
All right, we are in the woods, in the Smokies, waiting for the butterflies. It's like 7 fireflies. It's been a long day. It's like 7:30. So we're eating dinner now. This is our dinner. This is my dad, Papa Perry. So we're gonna call him. And then this is our dinner. A nice little flame with my soup in it. And then some of these, which are the best. And I have a granola bar. So that's what we're doing. Pretty extravagant. So to get water, we use a filter. So you put a rock at the bottom so it sinks down to the bottom. This isn't very shallow, or isn't very deep. And then it attaches to your water bottle.
Hey everyone, it is now the morning. So last night we stayed with the fireflies until about 11 o'clock at night. They weren't in peak mode yet, so there weren't too many of them, but there were enough for it to still be really cool. So tonight we're actually gonna head to a different part of Tennessee, part of the national park, to hang out and see the fireflies there, and then we'll come back here later in the week. But I didn't take any video back there because the lightning bugs actually are affected by like white light that phones give off, so you have to use red lights back there. But I will definitely input some videos and pictures that my dad has been taking of them once he processes them. But it's super cool, and we got to drive down our bikes down a closed road because you can't drive back there right now because of the pandemic, and so you can bike and hike. So we were able to drive down this road at 11 o'clock, midnight basically, and just it was really cool. It was kind of cold, but it was really fun. Definitely one of the coolest experiences.
Alright, bear safety tips. If you're walking, hiking, see a bear, don't see a bear, you want to talk to the bear, right?
Hey bear!
Hey bear.
Here bear!
So that way you don't walk up on him and scare him. The rest of my video deleted, so I have to redo it. The rest of bear safety is number one, you can carry bear spray. So even though I said earlier in the video like how grizzly bears and polar bears aren't or those are way more aggressive than black bears usually. Black bears are still a wild animal, and so you still never know how they're going to react to something. So it's just a little extra safety precaution to carry bear spray. And then second, you always want to stay 50 yards away from any wildlife in general that you see. There's signs all over the national park saying that. But you really want to keep your distance, because if you start to walk up on them, they can get freaked out and try to charge you, which is not good. You don't want that to happen. So really just keeping your distance from them is the best way to do this. So even if you're driving by some wildlife and it's really, really close, you can stay in your car. That's okay, because there's a barrier there. As long as you're not like creeping up on them in your car, if you're just on a road, that's really okay. You just kind of want to sit back, stay where you are, and let them go about their normal business. It's really cool to be able to just sit back and watch that happen. So, number one, talk to the bear. Number two, you can carry bear spray, you don't have to, but it's just one tactic, and it's definitely not the only tactic you should use if you are carrying bear spray. And then number three, stay 50 yards away from the bear and really any wildlife, just to give them their own space. There's a bear in this tree, and this wild man is getting closer.
Got a picture of the tree.
And he's also telling people that there's not a bear here, so they don't stay. So it is now Wednesday morning, and as you can see, I'm in a hotel room and not a campsite. So we had a little change of plan. So because of where the fireflies were and how we could access them with our bikes, we actually did not need to do some backwoods camping to hike into the fireflies. So we were fortunate enough to just be able to hang out in some hotels. So it's been kind of nice. We haven't been doing as much strenuous hiking. It would be like a 6-mile hike out there, and then 2 miles in the fireflies every day, and then 2 miles out at like midnight. So it's a little nicer that we can actually sleep in a bed and recharge, because they are really, really, really late nights. Hello! We are on a hike that's 5 miles round trip, and at the end of the first way there's a nice waterfall, Abrams Falls. It's really hot, it's really humid. We did a little hike earlier this morning that was like 1.3 miles back to another waterfall, and then 1.3 miles back, and we saw a bear on that one, which was kind of fun, and we've seen a few snakes on this one. But it's just a pretty trail. You can hear the waterfall and the stream below. And then we're going back to the fireflies tonight. And that's our day. Perry does not do snakes.
I will do most animals, but not snakes. Alright, we are back in the Smoky Mountains for our last night of fireflies, potentially. The next 3 nights are supposed to be pretty bad rain and thunderstorms, so we're probably actually going to head home tomorrow. The fireflies just don't come out in the rain and thunder, and it's really hard to do hikes and stuff in that weather. So we'll probably head home and just kind of hang out tomorrow. We might do a hike tomorrow, but we're going to try and get a good chunk of the 12-hour drive done. But tonight it's pretty chill, pretty quiet. There's like no one here, but we're just doing it. We are finishing our last hike here in Tennessee for these few days. We did a little under 3 miles, a hike back to a cool waterfall that you can walk behind. So it's really nice. It's already really hot out, so you can kind of get splashed by it, and you got some good pictures, hopefully. And so now we're gonna go back to the car and start our 12-hour, 13-hour drive home. And then he might come back next week for more fireflies. Who knows? I will be sleeping. I like sleep. Alright everyone, it is Sunday, June 7th. We have been home for maybe 2 days. Our drive home was safe, and we just seemed to be hitting all of the little traffic, and there was a nice rainstorm we were driving through and tons of accidents, so made it a little longer, but thankfully we stayed safe and got home around midnight and then able to crawl in bed and get a good night's sleep. So it has been nice to be home, but it's also been nice to meditate on that trip and just really think about all the cool things I was able to see and experience, like those fireflies that all just blinked at the same time. It's still just, it doesn't make sense. It's just so crazy to sit there in awe and just watch them all blink their lights. And if you've ever seen a firefly, you know that they're pretty to watch. And so just imagining hundreds of them just in a field in the woods just blinking at the same time, it's really, really cool. It almost reminds me of when people do those really extravagant Christmas decorations on their house, and it's kind of like a little show. It kind of looks like that, but it was definitely super cool to see. And it was really nice to think about all of the wildlife I was able to experience, like all of the bears and just all the little like lizards and creatures like that, and the snakes. Even though I don't like snakes, those snakes were kind of long too. They kind of freak me out. I don't like them. But still, it's cool to see them and appreciate them for what they are, and definitely have a healthy boundary near them, knowing how close I want to get, but still respecting their space and their home. But overall, it was a really, really great experience, and I just wanted to give you a little glimpse into what my normal life is like. This is kind of it. I grew up like this, just kind of spontaneous, and yeah, we just kind of get up and go sometimes, and it's definitely let me to be a little adaptive. I kind of have to just go with the flow on our trips and whatnot. But my parents actually went back down this morning. They left at like 5 a.m. because my dad wanted to go back to the fireflies and they were in peak. So they left, they're going back down. He's crazy, he slept for like a day, and now they're going back. And that is very normal for my family. We rarely take rest, but I am taking one now. I have my coffee. I've been watching church online, and it's really nice to finally have a little break and let my bug bites and bruises heal on my legs, because there's a lot of them. But I just want to let you guys know that we are still praying for you every single day, and just how much we miss you and we love you, and there's no way I can express how much that I cannot wait to see all of you. I don't know when that'll be, I don't know in what capacity, but I am just super excited for the day that I can see all of you and catch up on your lives and hear how everything's going, and just hear what's important to you, and what's happening in your life, and how God is changing you, and just how you're growing in your faith. And I am so excited for that. So I just really encourage you to open up your Bibles,
just dive in and meditate on the Word of God and just kind of think about where we are right now and where you are, and just talk to God about where He wants you to go in this life and just how He wants you to impact the world and the people around you. Because I know each and every one of you is going to do that. You are all amazing young women, and you're going to impact this world in great ways. So I hope you enjoyed this little video and little vlog with me. It was my first one, so it was kind of fun to take you guys along and just kind of see what I do when I'm not at camp and I'm not at school. So yeah, well, this is it. I can't wait to see you all. I miss you all so much, but I will see you soon. I know it's gonna happen. I will make sure of it. So I hope you all are able to enjoy all of the videos that are posted by the staff and just really enjoy the content and really just enjoy your morning watch, Bible X, different activities. I know like Chickie's doing some outdoor cookery, so that'll be fun. I know I will hop on the train and do some of that. So just really dive in and get excited for those, because it really is going to be awesome. I know Beyond the Brook's going to be pretty cool. So I hope you enjoyed this little segment with me, and that's all. See you guys soon.
This is my little black bear at home. Say hi, Mabel. Hi.